Hello guys, this is Alex Julian or Aloysius Zanerman here. I am going to play and review a video game for you called Pole Position for the Atari 5200 Super System. And as my controller of choice, I choose this trackball right here. This trackball, where I move with the trackball and I hit numbers 1 and 7 for the low speed and high speed. Low speed being number 1 and high speed being number 7. Think of it as the premium for gasoline. And I can switch back to this game. Here is the game, and let's get started. First I'll hit reset, and I'm going to select Atari Grand Prix. Laps 4, well I'll try to do 5 just to see if I can do it. Okay, so here's how it looks like on the screen. Not really, I'm not telling the truth. Actually, it's my smartphone burping while trying to record this video game footage. And you can see right here with this failure to simulate this game for this video, why it's hard for Atari games to come for a modern video game console, and that's because there's graphics here that the phone does not recognize because the phone does not have these graphics. Oh, I messed up. So, what do I do? Well, let me switch here to show you what I do. I hit number 1 here, and I push fire button to get going. And I waited till I'm at 110 miles per hour, and then I do number 7, and I continue with the trackball right here to continue gameplay. And you can see how really good it is to maneuver with this brand new trackball controller for the Atari 5200. This is a brand new trackball controller, and it does have that speed. It really does. Okay, 11,750. Let me see if I can beat that. Low, fire, then number 7 for high speed. See the pattern? Yeah, I think you just about get it right now. And well, the fields of green were impressive for the time, but now we would probably consider it to be a bit plain or bland. And definitely this game does have a bland brand to it, and there are fans of this game who knew that as well. Whereas like Pole Position for the Atari systems never exactly replicated the arcade version, because the arcade version, in case you have never seen the arcade one like I have before, the arcade was supreme, the arcade was superior, and it was something that was impossible for Atari machines to copy. And it does go to show how much technology has gone far in terms of racing. $12,700. I beat my record. So you see how it works? You play the game again and again to see if you can beat the score. Let me try again. that's really how it works, where you play the game to beat the game. And you could see me playing the game. I'm just going to switch it to this mode just so you could see me playing with this trackball controller game. I steer with the tracking ball. I steer with the tracking ball. Can you believe that? Imagine if driving worked like that in real life, where you had to roll a ball to drive. That would be pretty hilarious. And scary too. Like, okay, I'll roll this tennis ball to keep moving. No, it's not a tennis ball in texture. It's more like an 8-ball in texture. At least it has the texture of an 8-ball. And the buttons are rubber. That makes them easier to push. Well, except for the firing buttons, that one's plastic. But I don't know. Should buttons be soft or should buttons be hard? Let's think about that for a second. Should buttons be easy to push or hard to push? Okay. I beat my score again, 13,600. Wow. That course was really hard. Let me choose another course. Push reset and how about Malibu Grand Prix? Switch back course, because this is a review. I'm not supposed to exactly exhibit this game too much because there are copyright issues, of course. Of course, the thing is, the games are getting so old that copyright is becoming impossible to do. Okay, switch to 1 to do low speed, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, now push 7. See how I talk to myself and play with this game and dispute with myself of how this game works? Basically, talking to yourself while playing a game can help you learn how to play the game. It really can. And it does get fun. Especially when they're old games, because old games do not have a lot of talking in them, if at all. And so it's like reading a book and you can just talk to yourself while playing the game. 1. Okay, I'm at low speed. 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 7. There we go. I pushed number 7. And I'm keeping on going. Keeping on going, 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 keeping on going. Okay. Yeah, the controls are very good, and if you decide to use the joystick controls, those are very good as well. I've done joystick, but definitely I would prefer something like Namco. I'd prefer the kinds of courses that are recommended by Namco, and to get to the speed of a sound sort of here, or light. Is this speed of light? Okay, alright, for you computer nerds who want to talk about black holes, let me ask you something. When you were using old technology to show how infinite the black hole is, were you telling the truth or were you lying? Because now we have better technology that reveals that we cannot show a black hole on TV. But back then in the past, you literally thought, oh, we can have an old TV and show what a black hole looks like. Were you actually telling the truth? Were you like seriously? My mind is wandering here because I'm not sure. I mean, you guys just seem to be weird at times with your computer theories. Oh yes, with a really, really old TV, I'm going to show you what a black hole looks like. Yeah, right. Come on. You just wanted to play with your computer. You wanted to play Galaxian for the Atari home computer system. I know how it works. You wanted to play that fictitious Guardian Angel game. Because it's not based on religion, it's just based on fun. Anyways, okay, back to me. Yeah, so basically, with this brand new trackball controller, pole position is definitely an excellent experience to have, and it's wild and crazy and fun and fanatic and those kinds of things. You can see my hair standing up on end. I have electric thrills in me, and I'm having nostalgia, and this is a really cool way to play pole position for the Atari 5200 Super System, and I hope you guys have a good night. Take care and God bless, and happy Memorial Day. Be merry.